Okay, this roof looks like it's a fairly recent installation. I can see some chalk still. The chalk hasn't left. This is the underlayment underneath here. This underlayment is supposed to go over the drip edge flashing, not under it, over it. We're going up the west side of the house because it's closer to the ground, and I got a nice valley over here. And again, this looks like a fairly recent installation, which is a good thing. Let's see what we got. We've got passive wind turbines that they added to increase the ventilation in the attic. The problem with that is that you're not supposed to mix ventilation systems. You can cause a short circuit between the soffit vent and the gable vent and the passive wind turbines. The neoprene boots look like they've been done right here. If you'll see this, the way it goes down right there, kind of curves in there, it's called buckling, and water can sit on top of that. It's supposed to fit better than that. And anytime these have been sealed, like these have been sealed with a mastic sealer like this, it should be checked about once a year. That stuff dries and gets hard. That's not a permanent application. I'm not seeing much in the way of distress. I'm not seeing impact marks, not yet. The vents over here. The trees are cut off the roof nice. This is kind of marginal right here. Okay, this is the Jack and Jill bathroom is what we're over right here. So this vent stack is supposed to extend a minimum of 6 inches above the roof. That's just barely there. And that's for snow too, by the way, which we don't get a lot. That's a bathroom vent fan, so that's a good sign. I like that. Coming along, I'm still not seeing any impact damage. The shingle pattern is acceptable. These are California valleys or closed valleys. It's pretty common. That would be the water heater flue over there. This is the furnace flue over here. And I'm not even, you can barely see it. I don't know if they can come through here, but you can see some little dimples on this. That was from hail damage at one time. Probably not this roof covering, but one or more roof coverings before. They don't replace those because it requires a permit. By the way, when you replace a roof, this is a new installation. If you do over $500 worth of repair to your roof, City of Richardson wants a building permit. I doubt you're going to find one on this roof. I don't find very many building permits for roof covering. But the rule is that when you replace the roof, you should have a building permit. This cricket's wider than 34 inches. Excuse me. This chimney is wider than 34 inches on its high side, so it should have a cricket or a saddle. It would be a little doghouse hump built behind this to divert water around the chimney. That's nice. We got a chimney cap up here, and we got a spark arrestor screen, and the crown looks like it was remade when they installed the chimney. But wait a minute, what do we have here? They bothered to remake the crown, but they left the wood form inside. That's combustible right there. That wood form is combustible. They should have pulled that out when they redid this chimney cap. So, nice try, but you need to get that wood out of there. Coming along here, depending on the age of the water heater, but when you see rust coming down like that and rust right there, that's an indication that you got problems inside your tank and burner compartment. And you know, if they didn't replace this and the water heater is of recent vintage, then that's probably ancient history or archaeological artifact. But if it's an older water heater, we've probably got a problem. We got a little factory defect right here. That's about the only thing I've seen wrong with this roof covering. Let's see if I got a crayon. I know I have a crayon. I'll get it later. I just can't find it. Power line should be above the grade. And that's it, really. This is a pretty non-eventful roof. What do we have here? We need to pay attention to the water heater. Cricket or no cricket, the wood form needs to come out of the chimney. You need to be aware that this is an unconventional venting system that probably doesn't meet code. Rain gutters are not present, although they're recommended. You need to be aware that the roof underlayment, okay, goes over the drip edge. And you got a little bit of buckling, almost no buckling, but you have buckling, so I get to write it up. Okay, and you see these deflections right along here? If it's major, it's called sumping, but that's not sumping. That's regular deflections. And by the way, this is plywood over lath, which means that at one time this was a wood shingle roof. We'll get into that in the